Okay, this is Connor Daniels, and today I'm going to be discussing a different country besides the United States or Canada that has problems and issues with their social justice and human rights. Today, the country that I'll be discussing is China. After doing further research on China and the different problems that they have, this country has a lot of issues when it comes to social justice and human rights. It really makes me, a lot of people fail to realize how blessed we actually are to live in this country, to have all the freedoms and the rights and the privileges that we obtain within this country. We are so blessed and should be so thankful for this. And because a lot of countries don't have what we have, a lot of countries aren't as blessed as we are. For instance, some of the research that I did that I could come up with while digging through the web was I found that they don't have freedom of a lot of expression, which goes along with what they can say on the internet, with the way that they can express themselves, associate, peaceful assemblies. That's stuff that we are blessed with and allowed to have in this country. We have freedom of speech. We have freedom to pretty much post whatever we want to on social media. And in this country, you're not allowed. You're not allowed to have that. I mean, they are huge, and their government. It says in the research that I found, it says their government has strengthened its restrictions to the rights to freedom of expression, association, and peaceful assembly within their country. Their authorities rigorously censored all the media, from print media to online games. Another is freedom of religion and belief. In Beijing, it says that they continue to tighten up its grips on Christians and Muslims as China pushed ahead with the censorship of religion. See here, we're allowed to have the freedom of religion. We're allowed to believe in whatever we choose to believe in. I feel that this country was, me personally, I feel that this country was based on Christian and godly principles. But, this country, you're free to worship whoever you want to. If you want to worship Gandhi, if you want to worship Buddha, just whoever you want to worship, whatever religion you believe in, you have freedom to worship whoever you want to. And then in this country, they're not quite as privileged in that category as we are. Let's see, they have certain rights of lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, intersex people. Here, we know that in this country, that just a few years ago, not too long ago, that we legalized homosexual marriage. Me as a Christian, I don't personally agree with that, but I think that it is nice to be able to live in a country where you have the rights to, do pretty much and live however you want to live. To a certain extent. And in this country, it says that the LGBTI people continues to face discrimination at home, at work, in schools, and in public. The authorities accepted and claimed to have implemented all recommendations on sexual orientation, gender identity, and gender expression at the end of the country's review process in the third cycle of the UN Universal Periodic Review in 2018. Two recommendations requested prohibition against discrimination, but there's no law that explicitly protects LGBTI people from discrimination. Technically here, there's really, the LGBTI people here, or whatever, how the LGBTQ, whatever, they face discrimination here too. A lot of people judge, and a lot of people put their opinions out there about how they feel. I mean, me as a Christian, I'm not going to just stand here and be afraid to, express how I feel about it. I'm pretty profound and strong-willed in my belief in my religion, and I don't think it's right. But I'm sure that in other countries, such as China, I mean, they get pretty hammered about it. Anyways, that's just a few examples on some of the research that I found. Like they don't get freedom of expression, whether it's out in the streets or on social media. They don't really have the full freedom and rights to freedom of speech and freedom of expression like we do here in this country. Freedom of religion, they're pretty hard restricted there, unlike we are. And then also the homosexuals, the transgenders, and people like those types of people get pretty pretty discriminated there, pretty intensely, and we don't necessarily. I mean, I think that the day and time that we live in this country, I think that we've kind of not even really accepted it, but like praised it. And I know that's a definite sign that we're getting into the end times. The Lord is coming back here pretty soon, because it says in the Bible that in the end times that wrong will be seen as right and right will be seen as wrong. So when anything like that is praised, that's a problem. But anyways, I hate to run a rabbit there, but I think I covered over a few examples of how of the social justice and human rights issues that China faces that we do not face here in this country. Thank you. Have a nice day.